started as a holiday job many years ago when I was 14, working on pantomime during the Christmas holidays. I think my mother wanted me out of the house from under her feet. I then started going back to the theatre, which was in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. The industry's changed enormously from when I first started working in theatre. The technology was all analogue when I started, and the control side of a lighting system was one cable from the control room, went back to the dimmer room for each individual dimmer. Now there is one cable that services hundreds of dimmers, and it's all done by Ethernet and digital data. A day for me now as a manager is coming in, making sure that all my team are here, those that need to be here, that the shows are staffed as they need to be staffed, check any schedule changes. This building is so busy, we are almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and things change virtually every day. At the moment we're at a quiet time because we've got two shows running in this theatre in the Littleton, Time in the Conways and Phaedra. But in the background we're working on a new David Hare play called The Power of Yes, and I'm working on a production called Lolita where I'll be designing the lighting for it. Lighting as an industry is more competitive to get into than it used to be. When I first started working in theatre all those years ago at the theatre in Bury St Edmunds, one did everything. You were stage crew, you were a flyman, you were sound, you were lighting. Now it's so more specialised, and within the lighting industry there are specialisms within the industry. It's no longer as easy as it used to be just to be a lighting technician where you could program lighting consoles, rig lights, focus lights, build practicals, work on electronic gubbins and do design. Those days are fast becoming over. We now spend more time specialising in an area, and it is fiercely competitive. To enter the lighting world now, most people go to college. When I first started, along with many of my peers my age, we didn't go to college. We started working in theatre and learned by practical experience and through knowledge being passed on by previous electricians and lighting technicians and directors and designers. Now people go to college. There are more technical theatre study courses than there were when I was 17. The only courses really open to you were going to do a stage management course at RADA, and stage management is a completely different world to theatre technician. To be a theatre technician, you don't necessarily have to be a designer or any great artist, but to have empathy and an understanding of the artistic values that you're working for is a major factor to doing this job. You also need to have initiative. You have to work with a sense of logic. You have to be able to prioritise and think on your feet constantly during production situations. You have to be prepared to do very, very long hours, and that's the nature of the job. And you have to be prepared to do the same thing over and over and over again. There is so much to learn from doing the job physically, day in, day out, week after week, production after production. And although I've been doing this for over 30 years, there isn't a day that goes where I don't learn something new.